I know I don't normally share a video on Sundays, but today I am joining a bunch of other YouTubers in a cookie collaboration for the holidays. I've chosen a cream wafer sandwich cookie out of one of my favorite old cookbooks, and there will be a giveaway involved, so make sure you like, subscribe, and read the comments for more details. If you've been watching my videos, I think by now you know that I really enjoy decorating, so of course I took a quick moment to make my space pretty. So of course I took a quick moment to decorate my baking center before getting started. I added a simple eucalyptus and greenery garland and wrapped some little star lights around it to hang at the top. I shuffled things around a little bit just to fit in this one, it's the most wonderful time of the year sign. And then I added some fun little tchotchkes mixed in. This baking center is one of my favorite things in the house and I use it all the time. I do like it to look pretty when I'm working there, and why not add some Christmas while I'm at it. I forgot my mom had ordered these orange slice ornaments the year before, so I found them and thought they would be the perfect addition. I will go ahead and get some nails and hang that up there. Now that it's all pretty, I'm ready to get baking. So just a little bit about this collaboration and giveaway before I get baking. There will be one video posted from November 1st to the 15th. I will create a playlist for you guys if you want to follow along. And if you comment on any or all of these videos, you will be entered to win a $50 Visa or Amazon gift card of your choice. Just make sure that your comments aren't spammy because they will be flagged. Keep them authentic. The Work From Home Setter is hosting this, and I will post her link as well as anybody else that's participating in this below. And she will be hosting a live stream on November 22nd at 6 p.m. Central for anybody that has entered. Of course, to get things started, we need to gather all of our ingredients. I have most of it in my baking center, but I did grab some whipping cream, half and half, vanilla, and butter. This recipe has very simple ingredients and is quite easy to put together. The hardest part is just rolling out the dough and frosting. But overall, I feel like it's well worth the end result. We're going to start by adding 2 sticks or 1 cup of softened butter. Go ahead and beat the butter until it's smooth. Next, we're going to add 2 cups of flour. Combine that thoroughly. Go ahead and add a 1/3 cup of heavy whipping cream. Make sure that's fully combined, and then your dough is ready. The dough recipe is 3 ingredients, very simple. The most complicated part is making the frosting and frosting the cookies when you're done. Overall, it's well worth the end result. You can see that the dough is quite firm when it's finished, and that is exactly what you want. Go I will post the full recipe in the description box below, but I did adopt this frosting just in case you're wondering and you have the same cookbook. I wanted a little bit more frosting and I did add half and half, which I'll explain it shortly. First, we're going to start off with a 1/4 cup of softened butter. Then add a full cup of powdered sugar. Combine gently. Don't do what I did and spray powdered sugar everywhere. Then we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. And then I'm going to add a tablespoon of half and half, combine it well, and then add more half and half as needed. You want it spreadable, but you definitely don't want it runny. You want the perfect consistency that is going to keep your sandwich stable in the middle without being too runny or too thick. Now this is where you can get creative for the holidays. I added red to make kind of a pink color for Christmas, but really you could do any color. You could do green for St. Patrick's Day. You could do Easter colors for Easter. Have fun with it. Use this recipe different times of the year. It also would make a great recipe for wedding showers, baby showers, because it's so delicate. I have this little pastry, I don't even know what to call it. It's just a little pump that squeezes it out. A lot of people use a bag, which is fine, but this I think was actually meant for cookies. I use it for frosting and I love it. You're gonna go ahead and preheat your oven to 375, and which I did. And then sparks started flying and it started making horrible noises. And even though we have 3 ovens in our kitchen, none of them were working properly for some reason. I think that's a sign that we need a remodel. Never fear though, Dad did try to fix it. That failed. He had to order some extra parts, so we went and dug a convection oven out of our garage. So thankfully that worked, and you'll see how it works in the end. All right, now that that fiasco is out of the way and I have my convection oven up and ready to go, I am going to go ahead and roll out all of the dough. Because you want to keep the dough cool enough, I only used half of it to start. You could even work in thirds if you feel like you can't keep up with that. That's fine. Just leave the rest in the fridge while you're working. Going to flour my surface and flour my rolling pin and roll this out. It is a little firm, which is fine. It'll start acclimating here shortly. You want this to be about 1/8 of an inch when finished. I'm going to cut them into 1.5 to 2-inch circles. I also made them in little tiny gingerbread shapes. They do hold their shape really well. So if you wanted to do a fun cookie cutter shape, just make them around 1.5 to 2 inches and that should be good. This recipe makes about 2.5 dozen of the sandwiches, about 5 dozen actual individual cookies. Cutting them into 2-inch circles, I ended up with about 2 dozen. If you did more of a 1.5-inch circle, you would get about 2.5 dozen. Double the batch if you want more. I'm going to put a little bit of sugar in a bowl. And then I'm going to coat the cookies both front and back with a light coating of sugar. And then I'm going to prick the tops of them 4 or 5 times with a fork. The recipe calls for 7 to 9 minutes on 375, which actually worked out about the same even in a convection oven. So it just took a lot longer because I was doing 6 to 8 at a time. But thankfully they turned out and I was able to salvage this because I really thought I was going to have to cancel on this cookie collaboration and I was so disappointed. Let them cool fully. You can even put them in the fridge if you want before frosting them. You definitely don't want any warmth in them or they're just going to slide off of the frosting. I went ahead and matched them up similar sizes, flip them all over. And then I'm going to squeeze a decent amount of frosting onto each one of them. Now, originally, I followed the recipe in the cookbook, which was a less amount of frosting. So you can see here, I'm just barely squeaking by. I would have preferred more. So if you follow the recipe in this video and in the description box below, you should have plenty. You also don't need a tool like this. You could easily frost them with a knife or a spatula. Go ahead and flip the tops onto the bottoms. And then your cream wafer sandwich cookies are done. Things didn't go as planned, but the cookies did turn out okay, and we're gonna go ahead and give them a try. They're definitely as good as I remembered. They melt in your mouth. They're almost like a butter crust meets shortbread cookie with frosting in the middle. They are awesome with coffee. They're a very delicate cookie. They're just something a little bit different, a little bit fancier than your average cookie. So highly recommend them. I will definitely be making these again. Anyway, don't forget to go watch all of the other cookie recipes that have been offered in this collaboration. I will link all of those below. Again, I will link all of those in the description, and I will have a playlist on my main page. So until next time, happy baking.